Hey folks, we got a shiny new present from Gaslow. And welcome to the channel. I'm Roger, and in this episode I'm going to take you through this really great little present that we received from Gaslow this week. And this is going to be really great for us at the shows because we have been wanting to display a real Gaslow cylinder on our stand to show just how it interacts with the Cerbo GX. So Gaslow very kindly got this bottle and did a cutout. As you can see, they've cut out here, and that exposes the mechanism inside the bottle. So if I move this up and down, this is the actual mechanism that changes the float, if you like. It changes the resistance value on the gauge. This is, I think, for the cutoff when it is totally full when you refill it. But yeah, this is what the inside of a Gaslow bottle looks like, just for interest. And really nicely cut out. I taped the edges so that there wouldn't be any jagged edges on that. So this is really great. And what we can do, so if I move this manually, you'll be able to see that the gauge here actually does change. So totally full, totally empty. And we've changed the gauge. So the standard gauge that comes on these bottles doesn't have the wires coming out. So we've changed that, and we'll be connecting this up to the Cerbo GX. This is what the original gauge looks like. So it's all enclosed in plastic, and it works on the basis of there's a magnet under there that actually rotates this, and that shows you the gauge level. This works the same way with a magnet, and you can, if you want to, you can actually use a magnet to move these gauges around. But obviously, when it's down in there, then the magnet in the cylinder is what causes the gauge to change. This is the cable that comes with the gauge unit from Gaslow. We've put it into the little chocolate block that will go into the Cerbo GX, into the tank point where you connect everything. The polarity doesn't matter on these at all. You can have whatever polarity you want. So we just put them in any old way. And then we're going to plug this into the Cerbo GX. So to get these wires into here, you'll need to push these little lugs in with a little flat screwdriver or something like that. You can see it's sprung. So push it right in, then you can push the wires in nicely. I've already done that, and they're nice and secure. We've gave them a good tug test, and they're not moving. So that's good. Right, then we're going to plug this into the Cerbo GX. The easiest way to know which way around it goes, there's sort of embossed writing on the side that should face you. The other side is completely blank. So as long as you see this embossed writing here, that's the side that should face you. And it's a bit of a fiddle to get it in. Done it a few times. There we are. Managed to get it in, and you can see where it goes where it says tank on the Cerbo GX. We plug this into here. Try and get it the right way around. I think this is. There we are. That's in. Now I'm going to set this up in the Cerbo. If I click on there, you'll see it doesn't show us the levels yet because there aren't any levels. So I'm going to the settings, and I'm going to go all the way down to I/O. And in I/O, I'm going to go to analog inputs, and it's tank level 1. So I'm going to enable that. So I'll just enable that like that. And that's all I need to do on that for the time being. Now I come back out. Let's scroll back, and you can see in the device list there is, and in this case it's saying it's a fresh water tank just because I was playing with it before. But in actual fact, you can set it up to do anything, LPG or fresh water or whatever you want. So in this case, obviously, we're going to be setting up for LPG. So you click on that to set it up. So let's do it. What we'll do is in the device, we're just going to change the custom name, and we are going to say LPG. And then I'm going to go to setup, And what you can do, if you look at this, the sensor value, so it's 1.6 ohms because it's right at the bottom. I'm going to move it up. So you can set this down if you want to make it easier. Move it right to the very top. So I'm holding it right at the top. And if you look at the sensor now, you'll see it's showing 95. So move it right back to the bottom. So just over 1 and right back up to the top, 95. So now we know that our upper value or full value is 95 ohms and the empty value is 1 ohm or just over 1 ohm. So let's set those up on the Cerbo. So I'm going to just scroll this down. I'm going to say sensor when empty. I'm going to make it as 1 ohm. And sensor when full, we said it was 95. So let's drop this down to 95. I'm going a bit fast there. And set that. So when empty it's 1, when full it's 95. Fluid type is LPG. I think there's a selection for LPG. And it's in liters. Probably leave it at liters. And I'm just going to say it's a 24 liter. And that's the setup. Now, when I come back out, you can see a third option has appeared on the bottom there called levels. If I click that, as you can see, it's sitting on 73. So I'm just going to move the bottle here. So it should go down totally to just about 0 now. And if I move it to around about 50%, it'll come up. And if I move it all the way up so that it's full, and there we have it. So really, really handy way of demonstrating it at shows. As this moves up and down the float, as you can see, it moves this cog, which rotates. Little shaft at the top of the shaft will be the magnet. That's what moves the gauge. And very simple, actually very robust mechanism. Not much can go wrong with that. So if you're interested in the Gaslow system, we'll put a link down below so that you can see where you actually buy these gauges. I think on the standard, when you buy a standard Gaslow bottle or a refilling kit, it doesn't usually include this. This is something separate that you'd buy from Gaslow. So we'll include the link for that so that you can find it easily. And if you are quite keen to have this retrofitted into your motorhome, just give us a shout and we'd love to help you with that. So if you're at any of the shows, we'd love to see you there and show this to you. So we'll see you there. Have a good week.